In his 4-year Aggie wrestling career, Russ Paulsen won 87 of 102 matches, the most wins ever by an Aggie at the time. He was the Aggie team captain for 3 years. As a senior, Russ Paulsen won 30 matches, lost none, with 1 draw. He was the number 2 seed into the NCAA Tournament that year.
Well, my first response when they called was I was honored. It set me back a little bit. I also recalled a lot of memories of what it was, what I had done, and the time I'd spent here at Utah State University. I really cherished those years, and there are times and moments that you'll never forget. Those college years. I really appreciated the time and growth that I had when I was here at this university. I grew up in Midwest Iowa, and it was kind of I would say it's the wrestling belt in the United States at that time. One of the greatest, I guess, motivating factors that we had at our high school is we had an Olympic champion, a full portrait of Glenn Brand, who won the 1948 Olympics. And I don't know, there's probably very few, there might be, there's very few places in the United States where you can go into a high school gymnasium and see a wrestler's portrait hanging on the wall. And I think that was the motivation for everybody there at that school. We excelled in wrestling. I loved the training routine that a wrestler has to go through. In high school, I won the state championship my senior year. I also placed in the year prior to that. And it led to, opened the door here for me to attend Utah State. I guess I went on the recruiting trip here to Utah State. And I usually say this, that in Iowa, the slogan was, it's a place to grow. And I can remember driving out here on our recruiting trip with Rick Minders, who wrestled here with me here at Utah State. And as we drove through the Logan Canyon and drove past Bear Lake, and we kept going through every turn, we kept going, when is Logan going to appear? But when we came and drove into Cache Valley, it was a great view. I always say that even though Iowa is a place to grow, when you get the view of Cache Valley, you know that this is the place. I would say my strength in wrestling was just, I had some quickness, no doubt. I could move well. Technique-wise, I had enough technique. I was a little more on the defensive end. I could turn defense into offense. But I could also be offensive-minded when I needed to. I loved the pin. I didn't, to me, that's the name of the game, to pin the person. And it wasn't necessarily always to score the most points, but that, of course, always happened. But I loved the part of the pinning and ending the game. Bob Carlson and I, we developed a great friendship. It was one side to be as his wrestler, and it was another side to be coaching with him. I love that. I love that camaraderie that we had and that friendship that we brought. I still talk to him as often as I can. I talked to him last night. And it's really great to have someone in your corner. And I know Bob was always there. He battled for every one of us on the mat and off the mat. He did what a coach should do, and also what a friend would do. My life here at Utah State is memorable. I was here. I competed for 4 years. I coached for 3. I stayed on campus, well, not on campus, but in Logan for another year. I call that the decade plan. College is the best time of your life. It was hard to leave. But I knew that there were other things out there that I wanted to do. But over those close to 10 years, I really grew. I got my education, my degree. I decided what I wanted to do, and I moved forward. it really is those memorable times. I don't know if there's probably a day or 2 days that don't go by that you don't think back of college teammates, acquaintances, and things that happened here on campus. I'll always remember those days of Utah State, from the fall through the winter and the great spring times that we have here in Logan. They're memorable. My wife also is from Logan, so I got the great opportunity to always come back and return and do lots of things here in Logan for many years after. But I love this place and I love this university, and I thank them for the great opportunity that they gave to me for fulfilling my dream.